Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. I'm back again with another Valheim video, and this time I am doing something a little bit more cheaty, should I say. But it's not really cheating, it's actually just exploiting a spawner. And this is what people call farming. So as you can see, I have a pit here with grey dwarfs inside, and I am actually using them as target practice for the moment to just work up as much resources as I possibly can. Now, as you can see, I am using wood arrows. In other words, nothing heavy, nothing that is too expensive to make or hard to get. Actually, this farm makes me the arrows that I'm using to farm them. And I don't even have to do this, I'm just doing this because I used it to try and get my skills up and the shamans kept catching me. So that's the reason for this. Now I'm going to jump in a few seconds and actually pick up everything if I can. Now that's too close in. Let's see what I have in my inventory. Yeah, I'm just going to drop this in. Now as you can see, there's a ton of boxes already installed in the space. These boxes are just literally my dump out for whatever I'm farming in. And all of the other boxes are full. Okay, not these, but the ones in front of this are full. So it's almost maxed. I do have another farm, I will show it to you in a minute or two. Let me just go around. Now, this farm could be really automated if I really wanted to, but I don't want to automate it at the moment. I'm actually enjoying farming firsthand, and as you can see, that was a ton of resources already. They won't attack me because of the fires. The fires are keeping them blinded somehow. So yeah, that's one of the best exploits ever. Now, in case you want to see how heavy that was, 450 in weight, and that's just wood, resin, and stone. So generally, grey dwarfs are good for 1 stone per kill. Brutes and shamans are good for 2. And sorry about that. And last but not least is obviously the star rating. As the star rating goes up, you end up getting better and better rewards from each of your kills. Okay, that should be the end of easy farm. Yeah, that's the end of it. Now I use the stone from this farm to build up the space around it, so it is quite heavy in that mansion. As you can see, there's tons of trophies. I actually want to get rid of the trophies if possible. The stone has its own box which is empty at the moment. But this is my first time putting in the stone box. As you can see, this is a farm that is just unbelievable in its productivity. You can't beat this, to be honest. I've tried, and yeah, this is the max productivity you're ever going to want to have. I thought the light died because I heard some damage being taken by my base. The other thing is, this is also a water run pit, so if the water rises, it actually drops out all of the flames. Now I know I can set a bonfire so that it's immune to water, if I'm correct. I'm not sure if that is the way that it works, but one of them is immune to water from what I heard. And yeah, that was just about half an hour of farming here. Now let me take you over to the second farm that I have set up. Oh boy. World save, as you saw the warning. Oh yeah, while I am talking right now, you would notice that I do have a friend with me on my line. His name is Lexi. Lexi, you want to say hi? Yeah, so that's Lexi. How you doing? One moment. I think I might be a little bit soft here at the moment. Yeah, I am. My microphone was just a little bit out of range, so I think I've been underscoring my own volume at the moment. Might have been as drifty as somebody else who I put onto one of the calls. Now, there is a reason why I'm not using Discord on the PC. When I use Discord plus the recording software, it just drops my frames too low. So that's the reason for it. They attacked again. Okay. As you can see, that was a really good farming haul. Even if you don't think it was that heavy, just to get this much in stone is a massive achievement. And it did slow down a lot from when it first started. When I first started to try and mine it out, they just spawned constantly. I was getting full sets of stone out of this here every few minutes. But now let me show you the second farm. And this farm I actually can credit to Lexi, my friend over here. I don't know if he's on my server. Are you on the server at the moment, Lexi?
Busy making my boat.
Oh, he's still busy making his dog affair. So yeah, Lexi is a little bit behind me. I think he's about a week behind me, but he's already caught up to me in terms of progress. You would also notice him from Havoc's streams. He was also on those videos. So yeah, here's my farm in the next biome. Because I have enough health. I just died here a few minutes ago to a raid, unfortunately. Well, yeah, I'm always dying. Just because I'm not eating food. I wasn't eating any food when I was going anywhere.
But the biggest problem is skills get reset almost.
Yeah. And like my friend over here would say, that penalty on the deaths is just way too high for the way that it works. Considering that your health drops so quickly when you don't eat food, you really need a little bit lower of a penalty.
Yes.
So now let me head back to I'm going to head back across this little bridge between my two circling farms. Now you do get this on a few servers where you actually get circling spawning in such close range to each other, but it is quite rare in general to get this. I think I saw blue from a raid somewhere close by. As you can see, there's my portal up there. Everything is set up nice and neat. There's only 3 boxes over here since this is being used for coal. And after this, there is one more farm that's coming up on my other base. That there would be in the previous video, number 38. I'm not sure if this video is going to predate 38, so 39 before 38. I had a little bit of problems with the power outage, so the video didn't render correctly. And I have to wait for it to get uncorrupted, or I might just have to replace it completely, so you might miss that episode. I actually announced that I was making 2 new farms. Okay. So as you can see, this is a circling trophy case, and this one here is for the sterling cores. I am building a total of the plains base with a portal on each and every wall. So basically, if you count it, there's the 5 to the door. That one is going to have the 1 strip without a portal covering it. That makes a total of 2 to that wall and 3 on the other side wall. So there is 5 to each of the rooms, and there are 8 rooms. So 5 times 8 will give you 40. 40 times 2 will tell you how many sterling cores I need. And as you can see, I'm still short on that total. I need a total of 80 to get that base done. And there you go. This is how I'm getting up those cores. Now, that base is going to be crazy just with the portals that run around everywhere. But the roof is also going to be extremely expensive to set up because there's going to be rugs all over the place. There's going to be portals. There's going to be fireplaces, beds, chairs. It's just overdone, to be put simply. And I like the fact that I'm going for that on that base. Now these farms are being used to build the base instead of me continuously mining everything out. You can play around, you can up your skills. Let me just show you what I mean. My skills over here are quite low. Now my unarmed has been pulled up again because I went into that farming pit of mine and I literally fought unarmed. Unfortunately, I managed to pull it up to about 15 and a shaman spawned and one hit from his poison and I died because I don't take food in. My sneak is 1, that is from another situation altogether. Club is at 35 because I use my number 1 weapon as my Frostnir. As you can see, blocking is up to 9, axes is down to 6, wood cutting is down to 11, jump is down to 25, bow is at 24. Now, the bow skill was a lot higher and it started to fall very quickly. Now, my whole idea with this farm is I can use it to do 3 things at once. Number 1, I can gather excess resources. I can fuel up any and all torches that I want in any base. I can even export resources from this base over to a server like Havoc's group server. So there'll be plenty of wood for people who want wood. And I am going to be setting up my bases over there as well. So I've decided that I'm going to extend my original base, so it's going to become the same size as the Mega. That means I need the stone. So the stone is going to be used to do that. I'm also going to extend bases in each of those areas with raised platforms so that every single area will have that perfect base like I want. So there'll be plenty of bases everywhere. Everybody can come into the bases, have some fun. There may only be 8 rooms, and 8 people can only set up in each of those rooms, but it is going to be a massive bonus. Now, the reason why I'm so carefree in my spawner locations is I have a portal, and with the portal comes the luxury of jumping to and from an area almost instantly. Now, Lexi is being very quiet. I don't know why. You should be interrupting me.
I know why. You know why? Because you told me I didn't need gum to upgrade this boat, and I do.
For real? Oh, oops, sorry.
Yeah, I am. So I'm short.
Oh, come to my server. There's plenty.
Plenty gum.
Yeah, I've got about 120 in a box. Now, I do know that that other Grey Dwarf farm could be automated if I go and I train up some wolves, or if I pull in some, what you call these things, locks. But considering the amount of time it will take to transport the locks across the entire distance, it's not worth it. So I'm not even going to think of doing it.
No, it's not worth it. Absolutely not worth it.
Now,
Maybe, but not boxes.
Now, Lexi and myself are not going to go on a boat anytime soon together because of what happened to us the last time we went on a boating trip. And I think he should tell you the story.
Absolutely. Disconnected at all time. The game crashed. Yeah,
Tell them where you went and tell them where I went.
I did the game disconnected, and the game crashed my whole PC, and you came back into the game. You were about what, half a mile from the boat that was floating away, and just logging out and coming back in trying to get to the boat. Remember that?
Yeah, and I was on
You're on the
Locksmith
boat.
Pie, Locksmith, and Turnip Stew. So I had quite a bit of stamina, and it took 3 trips, logging in and logging out just to reach the boat. And even when I reached the boat, I was dying when I reached the boat. So you can only imagine how bad that was.
Yep, and then the boat started taking damage.
Yeah. Then weird stuff started happening in the middle of the ocean, where you can't say we're running aground on a reef or anything like that. We're so far out that the waters are deep enough that there's nothing there. There's no rocks, no ground underneath. If we tried to raise the ground, we weren't going to get anything coming up. We couldn't even set anything down where we were. So we just running with the boat, and you just see 35, 35, 35 ticking on that curve. And I'm sailing it to the shore, and I'm like, is this thing gonna make it? It looks like it's about to break. I jump onto the shore, and as I'm on the shore, it's still taking damage. So I break the boat and remade the boat.
Oh, that was just a disaster. One disaster that night. I've never laughed so much. It was so funny.
But the night is dark and full of terrors.
Right. Now, whenever he says that, I just log off now.
He's joking about that. He's not gonna log off right now.
No. I can't sing more praise for this game. This game is probably one of the best survival games I've ever played. It's really good.
I'd say it's the second best survival game I've ever played. Unfortunately, I can't take that away from Ark Survival Evolved. In my eyes, that is the king of all survival games. Yeah, I need to dump the meat. Now I'm collecting meat again because I have... Oh, that is my longboat sitting on the top row. Let's see what is needed for a longboat. Yeah, so all this is the longboat stuff. And at the bottom would go the portal requirements. Now I'm trying to get Lexi to see that Grey Dwarf farm that I have. I don't know if he's going to come over.
I will come over eventually. I'm trying to build this boat. It's taking quite a long time. It's a lot of trying to find this cock. So anyway.
It's not downstairs, it's upstairs. It's in my storage room.
No, there's some here. There's some in here. I think. There's some here.
Wait, there's... Oh! Down here. That shouldn't be enough for your upgrade.
I got some.
Oh, okay, cool. If you want for an upgrade, you're gonna need to come upstairs because I don't think that's enough for...
It's the last, I think this is the last upgrade. Are you still streaming?
Yeah, I'm still on.
Yeah, cool.
Don't worry, I like to trouble Lexi a lot, so... Lexi doesn't want to look like the bad guy on the stream.
Absolutely not.
He already looked bad on Hevek's stream yesterday, so you know he's on his best behavior.
No, absolutely.
For Hevek's stream, you just timed it a little bit bad. You just jumped in at the wrong moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I need a lot more in this draw over here. Whew, I need to get a few more of these dragon eggs. I want to fight Muda again, as I said, when it comes to that final run. And everything else is pretty much set. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think Havek's planning to do a Muda kill very soon anyway. He wants to do it.
Yeah,
He's
so
got the eggs anyway. He's got lots of eggs.
So on my server, I'm going to go through my end routine. So basically, I'm almost there. I just have to get a little bit more black metal, pull up some weapons. I might need a few extra weapons just for the sake of that fight. I'm going to go with the needle arrows for killing that boss in particular, because I don't think you can use frost or fire. I don't think they make any difference. Poison isn't going to make much of a difference against him either, so I'm just going to go with pierce damage. So piercing is going to be my choice. I'm going to try and use his summoning shrine to my advantage. I have seen a lot of people do it in their videos basically, so I have seen other people's methods on killing him. Now I have so much of wood, I know. You must be thinking, why haven't I fueled up all of my fires and fueled up all of my torches with the amount of what is this? with the amount of resin I have. But the reason is quite simple. Even though I have 2 full cases of resin, if I have to fill up my base and switch on every single torch, I'm not even gonna last the speed of this farm. I'd need another 3 of these farms, all running at the same time just to make up that type of resin. And I intend to take most of these resources over to Havoc server eventually and have it populated with all of that. So yeah, that's the grand idea of this.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing the same.
Now, as you all can hear, Lexi has a very, very sexy voice. His Scottish voice there. So, for all you ladies who might be wanting him, he's married. So, yeah, don't ask for any details.
Absolutely not. For sure.
I'm afraid of. I'm afraid if someone does it, Alexis wife might just kill him and me. I'm just joking. I don't know his wife personally. I'm just saying it there for the sake of it. Oh, nice. I actually damaged that that floor over here with arrows. I never knew you could do that much of damage to stone. That is boots. Oh wow. How is damage being taken up there? I decided to run around and repair this base that I made for farming, and I found damage to walls which shouldn't have been damaged.
Okay, I need wood. Badly.
Regular wood.
Yeah, I'm running out of charcoal.
Come over to my farm. I told you there's wood here for days. You'll see what I mean.
Okay. Okay, I'll come with those.
Yeah. Now Lexi has no choice. He has to come see what farm 1 is like.
Oh, well, yeah. Where's the portal?
It's in the room with the plains portal. Lexi is very familiar with that face. He doesn't like that face.
It's like a labyrinth.
And as everybody can see, my bases are absolutely simple by design. They're just a cross and they're absolutely symmetrical. So they aren't that difficult to navigate. If you get to one side, the other side is exactly on the opposite. And there's only 2 levels, but Lexi still gets lost in my base. He'll end up going to the same room several times in a row.
Yeah, this, the problem is this space has been designed by a madman. It's just all over the place now. Mordor. It's this one here. Fine. Right, it's not in the main hall, correct?
It's not in the main hall. Wait. I'm just gonna stand in front of the portal. I said it's in the same room where that portal is. The council room.
Oh, okay, that's upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did mention that this is the council room. As you can see, it's still incomplete. There are 2 chairs missing. Once those chairs are in, this is going to be the bonfire of eternal.
It's okay. I'm running, stealing all your trophies off the wall.
That's not my
Farm 1, yeah?
Yeah.
Farm 1?
Yeah. Farm 2 has 3 sterling trophies if you want them.
Excellent source of lighting.
Yeah, free lighting. Did you come through as yet?
No, because I've got something on me. Hold on. I've got silver on me.
Well, save in 30 seconds.
That doesn't bother me.
Now this
Okay.
is. Oh, no, don't jump down. Oops. I was just about to tell you not to jump down that way because you take damage. You take 3 damage per 4. And you got hit with the world save while I pushed you through the portal. Oh no, you jumped down. Wow. I thought you got bounced through the portal when that world save hit me.
Oh, no, you pushed me off.
Oh no, now look in the chest on the side. You're going to see the wood that I was saying. The second from the front. Take as much as you want.
Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. No, 3. 3, I'll take 3. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna get this all finished. Oh, it's taking a lot of work.
So how's the space? It's like a little pool, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's not bad actually. The thing is, you gotta jump down and jump over the fire to get to get out if you fall down.
Yeah, the reason why I put the fire is they can't cross the fire. But we can.
They can. Okay.
It's my mode for protection in there. So if you're ever low on health, you jump onto the other side of the fire.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the shamans are my bane.
It's easy. Just can they hit you with poison when you're standing up there?
No, they can't hit me up here. But when I'm down there, they hit me with poison. And it ticks at about 5 per tick for 10 seconds. So I die.
Yeah. Just eat.
Oh, out of arrows. And what makes this even more funny is Lexi knows about the other farm, the Sterling farm, but he hasn't gone there to take the coal. He'd rather make the coal fresh. Why? Why?
Why? Because I want to.
Because he's Batman.
Yeah. Oh, I'm moving through the kilns are full, I leave because they left them full.
I thought that server keeps running even when nobody's online.
Nope, it doesn't.
Oh wow, I'm shocked about that.
Yeah, so am I.
Because it's 24/7, so I thought that since it's hosted, all crafting continues even when you're not playing.
No, that's what I thought, but no, it didn't start until I got back in.
As you can see, wooden arrows for the win. Cheap enough that I can build a ton of them. And it reduces anyway.
Keep it nasty.
Yeah, it is absolutely cheap and nasty. The amount of destruction I've caused with these simple wood arrows is unbelievable. The grayling population have begun to fear wood, even though they're made of wood. This place will be remembered in their memories forever.
Yeah. I'll haunt you forever.
Don't worry, Lexi's gaming channel will come up soon.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. What's up, Blake?
Unfortunately, if he starts up a channel, he's going to have a grand time with comments.
We have a big problem.
My terrible voice gets hits on it, and I can imagine what your voice would be like. Ooh.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, but like a maniac here, I'm up and down these stairs. Okay. Oh, the last stage. Thank God.
could have just gotten coal from my server, you know.
Yeah, we can keep that for later on. We need more. We need to go and get some iron, definitely, because it's short supply.
Unfortunately, I also need that iron at this point.
It's the only ore. Yeah, the only ore that's very hard to get, which you need a lot of.
Yeah, they definitely need more iron spawns, and they need more availability on their spawns. Like the Greyling's giving you, not Grey, sorry, the Pearling's giving you, what is it? Black metal was perfect because it makes it the easiest resource for you to gain. You can just sit around for a raiding party and you're going to get somewhere. But all the others are just a nightmare.
Iron's a nightmare. The only way you can get it is to go into a crypt, which are few and far between, which on my scene anyway.
Yeah, my one has actually. I don't think he's reached his bone mass area because so far everybody, when it comes to the bone mass area, you have at least 4 to 5 solid crypts.
Yeah. The crypts on Havoc server are mid tier 2 and are a bit bigger and have a lot in them. So I think he's cleared them out.
No, there was myself and Eternal cleared those off.
Yeah, maybe you want to explain what I mean by tier 2, how the world's set out between 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, I have explained it in another video on my channel in the past.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically he's explaining that you know the difficulty levels on the map. When it comes to the map, you basically round it up into 3 rings. The inner ring is a no star area, the middle ring is a 1-star area, and the outer ring is a 2-star area. And if you go through each of those areas, you'll find that your spawns are most common in those tiers. So if you're looking for 2-star wolves and you're struggling in your easy mountains, you just head out to another region and you'll find your 2-star in that particular location. So that's the way that it works. And also, resource gathering is way better when the difficulty is increased. Obviously, it makes sense because it's more difficult, there's more resources.
I'll be right back. I think there's somebody at the door. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, so at this moment, I'm just going to say that it's been a pleasure to take you all through this. As I said, I had a little bit of technical difficulty. A few power outages really ruined my videos coming out this week. I did say that I was a little bit sick, and I'm still struggling with Eve. So in case anybody's wondering when the Eve videos are coming back, I haven't been able to log in today either. So I will see what's going on maybe later today or tomorrow. I've downloaded the game again fresh and it's still not letting me in. I can start a new character, but I can't continue with my old character. I'm definitely not banned. I haven't received a ban notice or anything of the sort. I just have to go through and see when it starts up for me. I think it's just a minor error. It happens for some people where they haven't been able to play games for a few days. And as soon as that's done, everything should be back on Eve Echoes. So catch you all in the next one. Have a good day.